We can get through this fence and back to the
Hey
house.
folks, I'm Josh.
Onward, Scott.
I'm Seamus.
And I'm Chris.
And there are a bunch of huntsman snipers over there on the other side of 2 Fort. We're hiding in the battlements. Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck. Don't you just hate it when, like, the whole team rolls
One of the
fucking
dead we
sniper?
pushed down earlier. Gonna have a
They don't have... I checked. Like, they've got a bunch of snipers covering our position. One of our team rolled old, annoying asshole with health problems. One of our team member rolled useless kid. And the other guy rolled guy who's totally gonna get out of this with nothing bad happening to him. Seriously, he'll be fine. Who just got shot in the arm, like, I'm sure.
Well, we just gotta get the medic. Someone has to reroll medic. Use the
I
medic
think
gun.
Cut is medic.
But seriously,
Yo.
who keeps leaving all these zombies here? Come on!
Inconsiderate.
What, did these zombies die of heart attacks? Why are these guys here?
I think you pushed them off of the fence into the path of the tractor.
Oh no! It's not dead somehow. I guess because it's an undead zombie. Oh, sorry.
Kick
walked
zombie,
it.
John.
I don't.
Never mind. Don't
I'm
kick
not
the
sure.
zombie. Just do that. That works out pretty fine. Never mind.
Oh god, it's following us. I kind of forgot about this bit.
Gotta hand it to that zombie.
Thanks
He's
for
a
shooting the
trooper.
zombie that was attacking us.
Let's get out of here.
Okay, so why don't they just follow us through the clearly not electrified 2-foot-high gate that's open?
That's a good question, Josh. Because they don't want to deal with the farmers who are probably armed.
Yeah, like the 20 dudes.
The electric fence came on.
The 20 dudes with old English longbows.
In the fence.
Holy shit, are you okay? I heard Mark yelling. Thought y'all were giving me the all clear. Man, I am real sorry.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, you just heard Mark yelling. It's like, hey, I guess I'll turn on the fence.
I'll be alright once it's out.
He hears Mark scream pain, he's like, finally!
Hey, y'all.
Mark,
About time.
Oh my god, what happened?
He got shot with an arrow.
Christ, are you gonna be okay?
Greatly, excellent. He got shot with an arrow. I'm saying that because you can't tell because he put an arrow there.
Inside now.
Lee is a detective.
Wait a minute! My crotchety old asshole senses are tingling.
I guess. I think it was them that attacked us.
They gave us a lot of problems in the beginning. Killed a bunch of our farmhands.
This is all your fault.
Stop by making a
Until
deal.
proven otherwise.
Food for protection. Not like we had much of a choice, but they did stop hassling us.
Christ, maybe you were right about this place.
So this is interesting. I mean, we've been waiting for the shoe to drop since we reached the dairy,
Look, we're
and
sorry. We
this
never had a
seems
screw
like
loose
it's it.
this.
I mean,
Not
like,
since we
okay,
started.
now we know the twist.
Listen,
The
we
dairy's
may
not
have had
safe
an
because
agreement
there's
with
bandits
those people,
attacking
but we
it.
will not stand for this
It
shit.
I
allows
was
us to
not
ratchet up the
convinced.
stakes.
Those sons of bitches get away with it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Because I
was
already
convinced-
had figured out what was
They're hard
really
to pin
going
down,
on.
but I think I
Right,
know
but
where
that
at
this
least one of their
for
camps
these
are.
characters,
When we're
that's
ready to
pretty
go scope
plausible.
out
All
that
right,
bandit camp.
here's
Yeah.
okay. It's not as perfect as we thought, and that gives them a
Bandits?
pretty
Are you
good
serious?
reason to relax now
This
that they
place
think
isn't
they
safe.
know
We
what's
can't
going
stay
on,
here.
Not safe. This place is a hell of a lot safer
or at
than
least
that motorway.
plausibly so.
I think all of us and our guns can handle a couple of punks with bows and arrows. What we need to do is find a way to get our whole group out
Maybe
here.
they
to
use
stay.
the bows and arrows so they can get 20 of their dudes shooting at one person and not attract a massive horde of zombies. Maybe they also have real guns.
I'm gonna head out and help Dan deal with these bandits. You guys should try to make friends with Andy and
Now that it's inconvenient for the group and it would make me a wrong asshole, I think I'm going to decide we should stay here.
Real charming, Dad.
Where's Ben and Doc?
Since Doug ate half the biscuits on the way to get us, I had them stay back. I still don't think we should be trying to stay here.
God damn it, you
Someone's
two,
gotta
Larry.
watch the motor inn until we get back.
Hey, I remember seeing kids in your group, so I went ahead and fixed that swing while you were out.
That's cool.
You kids like
I didn't know
swings?
where you pulled the rope from because apparently
house.
I'm
Come on,
incapable of
You
puzzles.
kids go and play on the swing, huh?
You can't puzzle, Josh. What's wrong with you?
Anytime.
You're
I love
constitutionally
that.
incapable of puzzle.
I love that because if you fix it, you feel really good at making Clementine feel happy, and if you don't fix it, it's a good way of trying to set this up as feeling homey. Like the whole homestead, the farmstead is like child friendly.
Fun.
Be sure to tell Andy thank you.
Clem, you've been standing here for 3 seconds. Do you like the swing? Yeah, it's fun!
Sure. Happy to push you on the swing.
I really enjoy watching Duck hug the swings like a total jerk ass. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, someone else can use it, I guess.
How you holding up, Clementine?
I'm okay, I guess.
And more of what
Are you
Seamus really
okay?
likes, the whole they're doing something while you're having a
I'm a
conversation.
little worried about Mark.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
No, they
okay.
should totally turn this into a quick time event to avoid hurling her into the tree by messing
We
up
have to make
pushing her
sure
on the
they don't hurt
swing.
anyone else.
There's a fun meter, and you have to make sure she's going high enough that the fun meter stays full. But if it drops, but if you put it too high, she falls out. And
Okay.
You get a game over.
Yeah.
What do you think of the dare?
Yes,
Man,
that
I'm
she
glad-
hates you.
It reminds me of how.
Man, I'm
things
glad they
used
put
to
it in
be
the sling.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
this
does.
way. If they had put in the swing, I'd say forget about it. I mean, it just wouldn't mean a thing.
Oh.
Not sure, Clem. I hope so.
I hope so too.
I have no
I
idea
watched that, I'm
what she
sorry.
said there, so...
I'm already getting sleep deprived in preparation for Anti-Paladin, which should be going,
As long as the
by the way, while this episode launches. So after this is done, watch that.
Promise.
Actually,
Should've been
actually,
going
no, just
for
go
a
watch
day,
that.
actually.
This episode is gonna be very
Simultaneous.
Actually, stop watching that so you can watch this episode, and then go back to watching that.
Okay, Doug, don't...
Okay,
I say
how
watch
about
them
we compromise?
simultaneously.
Yes, watch them simultaneously. And occasionally I'll just laugh at my own jokes from the stream.
I
Where
love
you
how
going,
Telltale
Lee?
get away with really low production values on things. Like, look at the tops of that swing. If you can look up.
Hey,
Oh, he's talking to
found
Kenny.
anything
Never mind.
interesting?
I'm just trying to make sure.
I think you're gonna say it wasn't connected to
Decide
anything,
to make
like in
this a
the
more
Spider-Man
long-term
game.
solution.
No, it's connected to the tree, but it's off center. So when it's rotating, it's
Good to know.
sort of like
Keep
clipping
your
through
ears
the
open
tree. You
for
can't really
anything
see it
else
here,
that
but we
happens.
saw it earlier.
How you holding up?
And
I
if
hope they
this was
feed us, Lee,
photorealistic,
soon.
that
Way
would
over
just
here, I was
stick
getting
out
dizzy.
so
Hands
bad.
shaking, cold sweats.
And in
Thought I was
this
gonna
art
pass
style,
out.
you're like, oh,
They've got
that's
food
fine.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about one meal, you know?
I guess Lily isn't too thrilled about being
Telltale has sort of nailed
could
that
give two shits
mid-tier
about what Lily
3D
wants.
aesthetic
Duck
with
and
this.
Kachi
I mean,
need food. And I'm
which
not
is
about
weird
to sit
because
around
their
that motor
previous
inn and watch
efforts.
them go hungry.
Go,
You're with
Back
me
to
on
the Future
this,
was
right?
okay, if a little sort of. Yeah, we can kind of see it there where it lifts up off the branch.
Lily's judgment is kind,
Yeah.
but you got a pretty clear
Back to
head
the
on
Future was okay if a little.
Did Duck and
The
Kachi
lighting
figure
model
out
didn't
that?
help Back to the
Well, it
Future.
wasn't easy.
But then
Duck didn't
Jurassic
look
Park
so
was
good on the walk over to
just
this
awful
place.
visually.
Well,
It was
if
really
everything
ugly.
works out, maybe he and Concha can have an
And
easier
I
life
think
here.
somehow,
hope
for
you're
some
right.
reason, this
Duck
art
and
style
Clementine
seems to
deserve a
fit
better
the
life
sort
than
of
starving to death in some
grittiness.
crappy
I mean, it's
motel.
not
I'm
dark
gonna
and
go have a
gritty,
look around.
but
Don't wait
sort
too
of
long to help
grit
scope out
and
that
seriousness
bandit
of Walking
camp. It'd be a
Dead
good
a little
opportunity
better
to
than
find out
the
a bit more about the
lightheartedness
St. John's
of,
and their
say,
relationship
Back
with
to the
those
Future.
bandits or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
See
it's the
what
way
I can
that,
find out.
like, the black lines mostly emphasize the wrinkles in people's faces.
Yeah.
And like the wear on objects and like rust and that sort of thing.
And Back to the Future is, of course, you know, Spielbergian, and it's very... it's-
And and
I
it's
don't
the
know,
80s.
kinda
Everything's
upbeat,
doing the 80s.
clean.
Poured gasoline all
Yeah,
over the property.
upbeat, clean, really kind of
You can definitely
overdone
tell they built
colors,
this for
maybe.
themselves.
Let's click on everything.
That thing keeps a fence electric.
is there
I feel
power? Can
obliged
you
to do
lick
this.
that?
It's like all this like obvious shit like, hey, this generator keeps the fence electrified. I think.
Again, Lee is kind of a detective in this episode.
Still the adventure game stuff peeking through. This is different than the first episode, but it's still like you could still see them groping around with old adventure game tropes and deciding, well, what do we want the player to do in this game? What is the gameplay here? Last time we had to do that odd puzzle
Yeah.
to get the key. And in this one, the big puzzle centers around opening the forbidden door.
Yeah, so something we missed because I screwed up the investigative walk around, look at stuff phase last time and just went straight to, let's get Mark shot with an arrow. Which, to be fair, is a very important thing. Is that they don't really like you snooping around their farm. They give you kind of this weird, creepy vibe. You know, they won't let you... Well, we can demonstrate how they won't let you into the house, but they wouldn't let you into the house before, and they won't let you into the barn yet.
Didn't get killed out there. Do you think Mark will be okay?
Wish I knew. I think he's in good hands.
Yeah?
I'm not a huge fan of this episode overall, both because it feels like it steals a bit from the, like, straight out of the comic books with Herschel's farm having a terrible secret about it, too.
Take it you and
spoiler warning. Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah. Well.
His point of view, having a wife and kids.
Yeah. No.
I
mean, that's current with like through the second season of the television show. So big deal.
Lee, I know you and Kenny are friends, but you recognize that he's not the right.
I also, by this point, already knew exactly what had happened, like what was going on here.
Maybe that's what we need right now.
Like, I saw some stuff earlier in the game, and I got here and saw kind of what was going on. I was like, oh, yeah, that's it.
Hey.
I have to talk about that later, because I think I missed the cues you saw, and I came to a completely incorrect conclusion about what was actually happening in the dairy.
I came to an incorrect conclusion as
wouldn't have ended
well.
up with an arrow in his shoulder.
And once you see it, you're like, yeah, that should be obvious. But at the time, I did come to the wrong conclusion. And well, I think we'll probably talk about it and just go spoiler-free next episode
It's
of
been 3
ours.
months.
Yeah.
Your dad still treats me like I'm some kind of asshole.
Yeah, well, don't expect that to change. That's just how it
Previously,
is.
or this episode of Hulu is brought to you by Your Dad Thinks I'm an Asshole.
Does he treat you like that too?
I'm sorry, I can't
My
believe he's the
dad
voice
can
of
be an ass
Hulu, and
sometimes.
sometimes it,
I know.
sometimes it sounds more
He's
like
not a bad guy. He's got a lot of
wait,
pain.
shoot, you're right,
He's been through so
man.
much and lost.
I knew I'd heard that
pretty
voice
much
somewhere.
everything.
You didn't know
And
that?
it's hardened him, you know.
I did not.
Yeah, he's bitter and hateful, but
Yeah,
that's
Lee
all
is
just
brought to
protect
you with
himself.
limited commercial
And
interruption.
me.
You
All
have your
he's got
choice of
left in the world is
advertisements.
me.
Would you like?
It goes both ways.
Larry is a fucking
So yeah, he's
asshole,
probably gonna
or
keep
I'm
treating
gonna
you like
shoot him
crap,
in his
but
sleep.
That's just because he still has one thing left to care about. So don't judge him.
Also,
Don't
I
judge
think
me
we're
for sticking
laughing over
by
this
him.
now, but this is
He's my dad.
a lot of what helped build
I love
Larry
him.
up as not a horrible human being.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this bit.
You know
Say
what?
what?
Think our little
What?
arrangement
You know
with
what?
him was
This
a good
conversation, I don't know that I spent a lot of time on it. What?
Dad's right. Let's just wait
What
for
is it
dinner.
about this that
And then
you
if Mark is
think
feeling
made
up to it,
Larry
we
just
leave.
not a
I
horrible
don't want to push our
person?
luck here.
Because maybe it was too little too late for me, but I didn't walk away from this
go check
conversation
things out.
thinking,
Just
oh
don't get
well,
too
maybe I
nosy.
misjudged
These
him.
kinds of people are usually pretty
I walked
protective
away
of
from
their
this
privacy.
conversation feeling like, I hope
I
I get to kill him at some point. I hope I get to kill him before the
Well-
zombies do.
I think there's pretty much 2 ways you can interpret Larry, like, in general. You can do it like you and Rutskarn did, where, like, oh, this guy is a horrible asshole, let's murder the fuck out of him from episode 1. Or you can do it like Camster and I did, where it's like, yeah, this guy's kind of an asshole and he kind of tried to kill you, but, you know, he does know that you're a murderer, and it seems like he's just looking out for his daughter and, to a lesser extent, the kid.
I mean, he's still a jerk, no matter what. He did try to kill you. He's not a good guy.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
He's not like some unredeemable guy who has no good values while he's twirling his mustache thinking of ways to throw Lee under a bus. He cares about his daughter, and he's doing what's best for him and his. And, you know, it's a zombie apocalypse.
And that
that's what you
that
gotta-
conversation kind of reinforced that.
The thing I walked away from that conversation with was not, oh, I guess Larry isn't an irredeemable asshole. Because, like, I saw where he was coming from before. It's like, I still get it. But I still think he's just a complete piece of shit. I walked out of that conversation thinking, well, I guess maybe Lily's not a complete asshole. I can see where she's coming from and supporting
Just need
Larry.
to check on a few things before we head out.
Sure, that's understandable. Talk things
Yeah,
over.
as opposed to her just, like,
Come
not
find us when you're
noticing that her dad's this horrible, horrible person.
Oh, can I not go in yet? Oh no, that's right. Okay, that's after we go to the.
It has to be rainy and cloudy, and
Yeah.
So did this moment seem a little bit
change your mind
incongruous
about
to you
going out
guys
to track
too?
down them
Like where
bandits?
you just sort of you're obliged to agree to go on a search and destroy mission out in the woods, hunting the most dangerous game.
I guess it could be a
We're
little
just doing
dangerous,
reconnaissance for now.
like,
No use getting all
but I
secure.
kind of felt like it made sense as a logical step. Like, hey, let's go figure out what the hell is going on, because that needs to happen.
Please be lucky.
Okay, I guess if you add the disclaimer that's just reconnaissance, that's okay. But come on, these aren't like D&D rangers. If you're tromping around in the woods, it's easy for someone else in the woods to notice you.
See anything?
This seems like a really poor plan. A better plan would be to set up scouts along the perimeter, and if anybody comes, like, shoot a few of them so they get the point.
but you can't just go shooting because the zombies will be attracted to the gunfire.
I do like how if you're paying attention to that scene with the blocking, you can just barely catch the soup can before Lee stops to notice it.
Oh shit, you found it?
This game does have amazing cinematography.
Yes, it does. It doesn't just place the camera there. Hey, look, here's a cool scene. It has cinematography as opposed to camera showing you stuff.
Right, especially compared to, you know, games that have tons and tons of money poured into them for the cinematography, like
Yes.
The Old Republic and Mass Effect.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in a lot of those games, you control the camera. You don't really have a lot of cinematography.
Well, I mean, like
choices.
for the cutscenes, anyway.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Stay on your guard.
I guess my point is, a lot of games couldn't do what this game manages to do, but this game uses its tools really effectively. It knows what it's doing and can use those tools to great effect. It does the same thing with the whole notifications. I think that's one of the game's biggest strengths, is that it knows how to both play with game conventions and game mechanics, and also play with cinematography and film and editing tricks.
Alright.
No,
This is
I
kind of a
have to
tense
think.
moment in this episode.
I know, this is weird that we've run into somebody that's living in a tent when the game is pretty much established that this should not work. This should just be I mean, how can you keep the zombies out?
But it looks like someone's been eating
I mean,
it.
these guys have this supercharged electric fence, and then somebody's here in just a regular tent.
If you step away from how it works in the particular canon of The Walking Dead for a minute, hiding out in the middle of the woods in the middle of nowhere does kind of make sense as zombie remedy, because you kind of don't expect the zombies to wander out in
Right,
the
they don't
woods
go
and stay
scouting.
alive.
Yeah. It's also
If you're far
this
enough
is a
away from
tense-
civilized areas.
This is a tense scene, partially because we know that the person out in the woods probably has dangerous intent.
Right.
Boo.
But tentatively, we're prepared to excuse them as long as they have some sort of excuse.
Why
I
did you even
see.
act like that wasn't a pun, Seamus?
I totally missed it. I missed it. I didn't even feel the pain.
Even I saw it.
Well, you're too tense.
What's in the boxes?
Oh,
All
God.
Save lots.
The first few days, they told folks to gather to the safe.
The pun virus. Almost as contagious as the zombie virus.
Taken.
I actually have no idea why I'm encouraging him. I apologize for everything.
This is too much stuff.
Apology
for just one
accepted,
person.
Seamus.
Trust me, these selfish
Not to
bastards-
you!
Taken. Probably just-
All these boxes are full.
I hate you all, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. You're terrible.
Boxes from the dairy.
I really my favorite part of this scene is not that you're out here trying to get the raiders. It's that you're out here with one of the St. John's alone, and he's got the gun, and that's really, I think, the basis of the tension here.
What you find?
And it does a TV show thing where you keep turning your back on him as a player. I didn't want to turn my back on him. I'm like, why don't you search and I'll stand here and point the gun at you.
Oh,
But you know,
For the
it builds up
what
that
else they got over here?
that
Let's see if we
tension.
can find anything useful in there.
Has anyone ever seen a video camera that
you handled
looks like
gun,
that?
ain't you pretty well?
It
You
looks
know,
like
yeah.
No, but
Like
that
in-
keeps us all on a regular training schedule.
like in
Okay.
Walkman or
Can
something.
I just say, as soon as that guy said, as soon as I was like, battery's dead, and he's like, oh, good, I would have shot him in the fucking head.
Yes.
No, I would have shot him in the leg and be like, okay, you can get medical treatment as soon as you tell me what the fuck you meant by, oh, good. I like that moment where you're not sure if he's gone, and then you see him like over by the edges, and you're like, oh, okay. You know, because your first instinct is he's set up in a sniper position.
Oh, man.
Look at Bloody Bunny. Look at it. The pathos. It's so poignant.
The hell?
Don't you fucking move.
You can't handle this.
Great going there, Dan. Why don't you just let her walk right up to us?
Some kid may own this bunny lead, and that would mean that this kid died.
You had to deal with them. I ain't them.
Oh, yeah.
I know you. I know what you are. And I know.
She looks completely sane and not
Steal
like a
my
deranged
shit.
lunatic at all.
Steal
That's the first thing that occurs to me. Is wow, this woman looks amazingly sane and trustworthy.
Yeah, totally.
It's not safe up
I
here.
was super distracted by her haircut.
Do we shoot her
It's
or
a hell of a
not?
lot safer up here than
Shooting her is the super rare choice, so let's do that.
When I asked you, sweet.
I mean, like
Super rare because it's super dumb.
yes, it is super dumb. But if people want to see the common choice, if they want to play it smart, they can play through the game themselves. Blow her away.
You're not men. You're monsters. All men are monsters. Take what they want and then destroy it all. Take a can of beans.
I'm
Take
surprised
a
your
girl.
companion
Something
didn't
to
shoot her already.
Screw this.
Y'all wave them guns like you're looking to die. Don't need to go looking for.
What the fuck? That is like, why would you ever do
What
that?
the hell did you do that for? We had a deal
You
with them.
chose to shoot Jolene.
Really?
What the hell did you do
about
that
to
for? He gets all indignant. That's interesting now that you know how the other way this can play out.
Yeah, he shoots her instead.
Damn.
Yeah, the thing is, like, he totally just caps her in the head in no less a shady circumstance if you let him do
Clean
it.
shot, though.
But now he's all
Right to the
shocked and
forehead.
shit.
That's good shooting right there. Still, what a waste.
So, that's
What
it.
a waste, he
Going
said.
back?
If
Oh,
they're
I
here,
see.
don't know where they are, and it ain't a good idea.
You know,
tromping
to
through
be
the
fair, she should have known better than to come in with her bargaining position being that she was going to shoot both of you with her single-shot crossbow.
That is so bad. Like, why would you ever shoot her? Some of these choices are pretty silly.
Yeah, no, don't let him get the crossbow. You take it. Badass.
You
You're
take the
wielding.
arrow. Just leave the arrows there.
I'm gonna keep this as a memento of that time a guest shot a lady in the face for no reason.
So, if you're going to pick up on anything, I think one of the biggest
Man,
recurring
that was a
themes
hell
in
of
this
a
game
ride,
is
huh?
parenthood and dealing with having kids,
You were
and
a
it's
madman.
a really mature theme to bring up for a video game aimed at 18 to 24-year-olds.
back. What happened?
Lee took care.
Yeah, it is. And there's a lot of it. I mean, there are a lot of... It isn't just like there's just Lee and Clementine.
This
There's Lee and
isn't what
Clementine,
Carrie
Kenny
would've
and his
wanted.
kids, this woman and her family,
Wait,
the
what?
St. John's, and that crazy woman
Then screw it
and
for
her
everybody
lost
then,
daughter.
why don't you?
Oh, calm
So
down,
that's St. John.
princess.
So
I'll do it
your
myself.
companion there just said, like, in response to what happened, we took care of. Yep, that crazy lady who's been living in a tent and shooting hundreds of arrows at us while yelling in male southern accents in several voices.
Yep,
Took her
I
down.
feel like we completely
They have different ideas about how
Problem
resolved
solved.
this problem in every possible way.
No, it's just tough times. Everyone's hungry and people get a little stir crazy when their tummy's empty. And Lee, don't worry your head
Getting
about
back
them
to the parenthood
bandits.
thing,
I'm
the
sorry
other one I
to see
can't believe
more
I
violence than I'd have thought
left
in your
out was,
short
of course,
time,
Larry
but
and
you
Lily.
all are safe.
And their
Don't
father-daughter relationship drives so much
don't
of
wander too far.
of the
Dinner will be ready before you know it.
antagonism that we have to deal
And
with
thank your friend Conch again
in
for
this
me.
part of the
She
game.
and the kid
Unless you
were born
side
in
with
town.
them.
That woman is a
Unless you side with
lassie.
them like a dummy.